Welcome back to Random Awesome Meg. I am Meg, and this is movie 37 out of 1001 movies to watch before you die. And today we have another Buster Keaton movie, Steamboat Bill Jr. Now, IMDb gave this a 7.8, and I gave it a 6.5. And I would say the best way to sum this up is that it is classic Buster Keaton chaos. So let's get into the plot. So basically, a father over a somewhat rundown steamboat realizes his son, who has been up north, is coming into town. He gets very excited. He can't wait to meet his son. He hasn't seen him in years. And so the son, played by Buster Keaton, which I can't remember his name, so I'm just going to call him Buster Keaton, arrives and is a disappointment to his father in every way possible. His looks, his strength, his personality just seems like kind of a quote unquote wussy to his dad. Like, just kind of seems like this guy's lame. I don't really know. And so Keaton gets a quote unquote tough guy makeover to seem like they like shave his mustache, they get rid of like his fancy hairstyle and like his vest and his hat. And the other thing to keep in mind is that there is a girl that Keaton knows from the school he went to that just so happens to be the rival of Keaton's father, as the girl's father is getting more customers and has the fancier boat. Then Keaton's father tries to teach him the ropes of what to do on the boat, which obviously Keaton is terrible at, kind of a classic thing of Keaton and Chaplin being clumsy characters a whole lot, very slapstick. Then when Buster Keaton tries to sneak out to see the girl that he likes, his father kicks him out when he finds out and tells him to go home because he'll never be his son. Next, Keaton's father gets arrested. I don't really know why. I think it's supposed to be like improper boat license or something like that. Something that the girl's father did to get him arrested. And so right as Keaton's leaving, he sees this and decides to break him out of jail by hiding tools inside bread. All of a sudden at the end, there is a tornado that starts and all the buildings are collapsing as Keaton tries to find shelter. And in the end, Keaton saves the day as he helps both the girl he likes, his father, and the girl's father from drowning. The end. So my thoughts are, I don't know. I don't know if I am, and I've mentioned this before on my Instagram, I don't know if I am Buster Keaton'd out or if his movies just keep getting more and more mid. Like, I really, really loved Our Hospitality, and that was the first one that I saw. Sherlock Jr. was pretty good. It wasn't what I expected. Seven Wives was all right. The General was all right. And then I just thought this one was really boring. I really wasn't invested into the story of like him and his father or him and the girl. And like, yes, you can tell in the other ones there are bits that he's focusing on, but to me it was incredibly clear that he only had like one or two bits that he was like, yeah, this is what I want to do. And then it seemed like, oh, I guess I've got to have a plot for the rest of it. So let's just throw in this like steamboat thing and we'll do that. It just didn't work for me. Like, I really, and we'll get into it in a second, I really loved the tornado scene. But other than that, I was just kind of bored the whole time. There was nothing really wowing me or keeping me there. I don't know if some of that's like, oh, it's the same shtick of Buster Keaton. Because so far on the list, we've only seen one Charlie Chaplin movie, and that was The Gold Rush. While compared to that, we've seen like 4 or 5 Buster Keaton movies. And a lot of them have some racist stuff. But before we get to the racist stuff, which there isn't this time, we'll just go ahead and do the racist first. He did the bare minimum. Wasn't anything racist in this one. Doesn't get a gold star for doing that because that's bare minimum. Shouldn't be anything racist in the first place. But there is, I would say, a slight dig at the North, that he does like to poke fun of the North a whole lot through his outfit at the beginning because he's wearing like this like kind of checkered vest and this fancy little pants and not exactly a beret but pretty close to one, and he's got like a pencil thin mustache, so you kind of feel like he's from Europe, that he's been in Europe. But then they say like he's just from up north, so I feel like he's taking a dig a little bit at the northern states because we've seen before in some movies that he supports the Confederacy, which is crazy. But it seems like he's trying to imply, oh, they're just a completely different nation in like a minor way. Another thing I will say is the romance to me just isn't there. I think in Our Hospitality, and then I think I would also say like Sherlock Jr., maybe even Seven Wives, it is cute. Like there is like a cute little bit of romance there. Nothing like amazing though. It's never been anything amazing like Roman Holiday or gosh, what was the one I just talked about? Or Sunrise. Like it's good, but it's not great. And this one, like, I just didn't care for it at all. There seemed to be no chemistry. It seems like he's just copy and pasting female characters to be kind of the ones who are head over heels in love with Buster Keaton's character, even though Buster Keaton's character is only being, like, clumsy and making a fool of himself. And honestly, I would say that's where Charlie Chaplin's Gold Rush does better than some Buster Keaton movies, because in Charlie Chaplin's Gold Rush, his love interest does not love him at all. She's making fun of him. She does not care for him at the beginning. She, like, leaves him all by himself where he falls asleep because he's waiting on her to come for dinner. So she stands him up. And so that was a lot more interesting than the stereotypical, for Buster Keaton, this girl's head over heels for no reason, really. Now, the best parts where there is kind of a fun hat scene where they're trying to pick out a good hat for Buster Keaton for on the boat, and he keeps changing it and keeps tossing different hats. That's very fun. The bread scene where his dad's in jail and he's trying to smuggle the bread and be sneaky and like let his dad know like, hey, I've got tools in it here, and then the tools fall out. It's kind of fun. But by far, what is the best part of this movie is the last 10 minutes where just for no reason whatsoever a tornado just happens to come. I assume it's a tornado. There's just like a huge gust of wind going the whole time, but obviously it would be very hard to do a tornado this early on. Obviously we'll get to tornadoes with Wizard of Oz in a little while. But the tornado came out of nowhere. But it was the best part of the movie, and you can tell that's what he wanted to do from the get-go, because that was the most solid thing. There were buildings falling down, so you can tell they put a lot of work on the props. There's one time where he's like in this theater, and this dummy, like the wind's turning the dummy's head, so it looks like he's looking at him and stuff like that. That part was really, really fun. I don't know about the rest of the plot. So would I recommend this movie? If you like Buster Keaton, go for it. Watch it. You'll love it. If you've seen any Buster Keatons and you want to watch more, I think some people are very much like, as they are with Charlie Chaplin, diehard fans of his. But personally, I still think Our Hospitality is the best one to watch all the way through if you're wanting to try Buster Keaton, or honestly just Google the best parts of his movies, because a lot of what's good is just like 10-minute bits that he keeps going on and on for, and that's kind of what makes it funny. But next up is The Passion of Joan of Arc, so I will talk to you guys on Friday. Have a great one.